Alright, hi there everyone, my name is Cookie, and this is going to be my impression video for Icons Combat Arena. I would say first impression, but that's not wholly true. This was my second week with the beta. I would have done first impressions, but I feel like that doesn't always tell me whether or not, doesn't always do a good job of letting me, or it's not always a good gauge of whether or not I'll enjoy the game long term. Also, I was too lazy to do it last week. Anyways, so, just to kind of get into who I am a Smash Bros. Player. I grew up with Smash. It was one of the first games I played on the N64. It was me and my brother's favorite game, and it's got me into competitive gaming after watching Apex 2013 and playing Project M. And Project M was my main game. I still play it a lot, and I was heartbroken when the Project M development team broke up. So when this game got announced, I was super excited. I was hyped. I was ready to, I wanted to see it do well. When the beta got announced, I immediately went to their site and signed up for the beta. Early videos of it were not, it didn't quite look that good to me. I was not super impressed, but I had faith in the development team that they would do a good job. And so does it live up to the hype that I set for it? I would say so. A few really good things is its gameplay is super smooth. Like it almost feels like a professionally made, like a AAA Smash Bros. Title. All of its characters are super unique. Like Zana, who I'm currently playing as I get forward smashed. By the way, the footage is of me and one of my friends, Eggman, playing. Eggman is a relatively small streamer. You can find him on Twitch at the Eggman. You should go check him out. He normally does Hearthstone stuff, but I met him through Smash, and he's probably going to keep doing Icon streams. Anyways, the characters are super unique. Zana is probably the best implementation of a grappler in a platform fighter that I've ever seen. She is phenomenal. You got Alfie and Galu on the screen who trades back and forth, and that's another really cool mechanic.
Player one wins.
Naturally, there are a couple characters like Kid or Zoo who are near clones, but not quite clones of Melee characters, Fox and Marth respectively, but they have unique traits about them that make them cool. And then you have like a Shawnee here who is almost like a mix between Little Mac and Captain Falcon, because she has a meter that she builds up that makes her Falcon punch faster. She has the insane speed and combo game of Falcon. And she's just a really fun character. Another really good thing about this game is that it's really easy to pick up. It doesn't take a lot to really figure out all the mechanics and everything, but it's also really hard to master. As with like all platform fighters, there aren't really any confirmed combos. There are few, if any, true combos in the game where if you get hit by it, then there's nothing you could have done. Another thing, this is more of a personal reason that it's good than an actual reason. It's still being patched. So, and that is probably the biggest thing about Smash Bros. That I don't like, is that the game runs the risk of being staled by just not getting balance changes, not getting bug fixed. If you have a bug in the game, then it's just there permanently. that with all those things in mind, there are still problems. There are a couple bugs, none really in gameplay, but mainly through the menus and stuff. One of the unique mechanics is Shield Gust, which I like more than Power Shielding. Just to go over that really quickly, it's more of an activated thing where you can reflect projectiles or push people back. I like that more than Power Shielding because it allows for more options with dealing with close range pressure, and it is easier to reflect projectiles with. But the problem with it is that it takes half your shield, and so against characters like Raymer, who my friend was trying out, he throws a lot of projectiles, and so there's not really a good way of dealing with that with a lot of characters. On Raymer, probably the biggest, really the only balance issue that I have a problem with is that his bullets knock down. His bullets put you into a hard knockdown state, which then can be jab resetted with his bullets, guaranteeing an up smash, and I think that's really dumb. Normally these projectile spammy characters are easier to deal with because their projectiles don't put you into a hard knockdown, but with him it does. And so I think he's really not fun to play against. Aside from that, the animations can be a little bit jarring. There isn't I can't really put my finger on what specifically it is about the animations, but they just don't, something seems off about them. Or it may just be the art style. It's hard to say. It's hard to say. For some reason, it just doesn't look as good as it can. Granted, it's still in beta, and that's still back with the still being patched sort of thing. So all of these complaints could just be gone. But the biggest complaint, and one that I see this game having a problem with in the future, is lag. Normally, it doesn't lag that much. There aren't but a few frames of lag on your normal online matches. However, the way it deals the lag is bad. Normally with games that are this quick, when it lags, then it kind of freezes both characters until, it catches up. But with this game, it doesn't. It freezes the person lagging, and then it doesn't actually it doesn't lock up. It freezes it doesn't freeze either character, actually. The person who's lagging will still be able to do inputs and do movements. And so if the game decides that, you start lagging and you're holding right, then there's a strong possibility that you're just going to walk off the ledge and kill yourself. And that makes it really hard. Like, if it's laggy, then there's just, it's really obnoxious. But really, those are the only problems that I have with the game. It plays really well. It's a really fun game. And it is still being patched, so as I said, there's a pretty solid chance that those complaints are going to be removed. Overall, I'd still probably give the game a solid, I'd probably give it an 8.5 out of 10 as it currently is. None of its problems are really all that big even now. So I'd give it, as I said, 8.5 out of 10 is good, is a really solid rating. Mind you, my scale, I rate probably 3 games of all time as perfect 10s. Even fewer. I rate perfect game. I'm sorry. In my eyes, a 10 out of 10 game is a perfect game, and there's no problems with it. But so these have just kind of been my thoughts on the game. I am gonna let the rest of the match kind of play out. Yeah, if you want, I'm probably not going to do really any more
KO.
videos unless this gets a lot of support. But you can, just to kind of plug myself, you can follow me on Twitch at Cookie, or you can follow me on Twitter at same thing, Cookie. And I hope that everyone gets into the beta. Well, not ever. I hope that if you're looking to get into the beta, you do. I hope that this game continues to improve. Because if it does, then I don't see any end to it. It could be like just a game that never ends. It could be the next big esport. Alright. Have a nice day.
Battle ended. Player 2 wins.
Alright, I think I'm getting the hang of Rain